Coaches today, it is our responsibility to continue to build structure in kids' lives that holds them accountable for the smallest things. And whether parents agree or disagree, it's funny. Man, I've coached for 30 years and I've never seen it be more tougher to coach kids today, especially with parents that just want to overprotect them everywhere they go. It's not the kids; it's the parents start complaining. Don't raise your voice. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I look at it as like, do you realize, your child is going to be going off to university in a year or two? Do you realize that after even university, when you go into the job market, that people are going to hold you accountable? And wouldn't it be nice that if it was just accountable to make sure that when you show up for practice or show up for a game, you're on time, you're just ready to go, you can execute a simple plan? Because isn't that life? Executing plans and processes. And I'm not saying it all has to be structured to the point where there's no fun, because that's not work either. We want to create agile people who can flex to the moment. But man, when you want to hold a child accountable, and I'm saying child, you're talking teenagers accountable to making sure they just show up on time, that they're dressed ready to go, and the expectation when they hit the ice court field is that they apply themselves at a level that makes themselves better and their teammates better, and that they execute the simplest of instructions, and they learn that to be reinforced that if the behaviors or the skill set doesn't match what they're supposed to be doing, that someone's going to come along and coach them. Is that not life in general, or is that not at work? We want people to ask questions for reinforcement. We want to coach performance. We want to reinforce good behaviors. Don't you get paid to produce? Don't just say, oh, you're teaching, these are just young kids. No, this is the foundation of life that we're trying to teach them. It's an investment that you're making. And geez, a hockey season costs you $20,000. You're already paying a college tuition, and these kids are 14, 15, 16 years old, and you're saying don't give them the skills to set them up to be successful beyond leaving the rink or the field? I think that's insane. I really do. When a child comes up to me and says, hey, I want to win, it's not my job to make sure that the points go on the board. My job is to make sure that you give them the skill sets and the behaviors and the attitudes that winners need to produce every day, and walk across and through those doors, and maybe the success may hit the scoreboard. But where the success hits is when they go back to the classroom and they apply the same skill sets. And when they go to their work, they apply the same skill sets. And in life, they apply the same skill sets. And all of a sudden, the wins start chalking up. See, the investment isn't an asset. It's not the scoreboard. I'm investing in an asset that sometimes it takes 10, 15 practices before all of a sudden the asset starts to pay off. It may take a whole season, but really the asset's actually when they're 10 years down the road and they're applying the simple behaviors that they were given and possess the attitude and the fortitude it takes when times get tough. It's not the overtime game that's 3-on-3 and they lose. The lesson isn't in that moment. The lesson is when they come back the next day and they want to work harder and they learn from it. And then when they're 10 years down the road, that 3-on-3 overtime game loss seems nothing comparable to losing your job or losing a loved one. But the little skill sets that you learned that day and the lessons learned may help you get through those bigger tragedies. This is our problem today, that we want to hold the kids on this pedestal and satin pillows, and we're not doing our job to set them up for success. It's not the child's fault. It's our fault. It's about time we allow these kids to face some adversity. Mom and dad step back. They're in a protective environment. No one's out to get your child. What we are trying to do is make them the best version of themselves and then show them there's better versions of themselves. Just let us do our job and they'll be awesome.